So I got tired of losing chickens to hawks mostly, and now that I'm raising pheasants, I thought it would make sense to make an enclosure that is covered so nothing flies out. I'm also getting tired of birds kicking up all the mulch in the gardens, and so this is actually probably the simplest way and maybe the least costly of doing this that I could find. If it's going to be effective, I'll find out. We'll see if how long the screening lasts, but it is 6-foot welded wire fencing and 7-foot fence posts zip tied together around the outside. I think it's about 70 feet long, 30 feet wide. I put a fence post every 10 feet. And then those are 12-foot 4x4s in concrete with 16-foot treated 2x4s connecting them. I sanded the top surfaces really well. Tried to eliminate any sharp corners so that it actually the screening is suspended where it's zip tied to the fencing on every side, and so nothing can get in or out or fly in or out, and it's pretty tight. I bought the screening online. It was relatively inexpensive. Some of the reviews said it did hold up to sunlight pretty well, and I'm not quite convinced that it will hold up to maybe leaves falling in the fall, collecting in the weight of them. We'll see. And then you can see I just brought it over my coop and connected it along the wall using a treated 2x4 across the top of the door frame I made, and we'll go down and we'll take a better look. So my chickens, I used to have a 4-foot fence. I don't know what I was thinking. I was hoping they'd stay inside of it. They did not. They all would fly over every day. I used just chicken netting, and they pecked it apart, and what they didn't damage, I think I'd accidentally catch with the mower and whatnot, so it was just not a solution. It was open from above, and with how open it is, we did lose quite a few to hawks. So this has been my newest solution. My silkies. And so you can actually see I have 2 coops stacked like this. And then those are my egg doors on this side. So that's 4x8. So let's go ahead and take a look. The goal eventually will be to put a second door on this side. And the reason for that will be so that I do not have birds escape when you open the first door, sort of like an aviary. I'll have to block along the bottom of the coop as well so no one jumps out. But it is my first time that I'll be putting pheasants, trying to raise pheasants and putting them in something like this, and I'm just not sure how they are as far as like escape artists, if I am gonna lose them. I'm also kind of concerned. It's probably, maybe 2-inch by 2-inch netting that I have over top, and so I'm hoping that it doesn't hurt the birds or they don't try and fly into it. The netting is actually probably about the thickness of fishing string. It looks like a nylon, possibly, or some other plastic fiber. It's actually surprisingly strong. When I was putting it up, I did have a chicken get caught in it, and he was able to break it. I may have been the one that broke it trying to get him out, but it wasn't easy to break. I do have a concern it won't hold up to our fall here with the trees over top and leaves and branches accumulating if it gets windy. There's also a couple spots that I'm going to have to probably try, and they're low spots where the welded wire fencing kind of has a little gap near the ground. I know chickens will eventually find that, and so I'm going to have to bring some dirt in and level things up a bit. The other challenge was to make sure my door, when we feed and water the chickens, doesn't scrape the netting, and so I had to pull the netting up, and I just did that with some treated lumber here. I didn't think about it when I put it on, but easy to get yourself locked in and with this latch. So I put a string on the top and ran it through the corner of the coop. It doesn't actually, it goes through a 4x4 in the corner of the coop, so it doesn't interfere with the chickens, but I can just pull the string to let myself out. And that is my new covered chicken run and pheasant run, and we will see how it holds up to over time.